What's going on YouTube? It's Private KJ Shot Callers Podcast back here with another daily NBA video. Today we're going to be discussing LaMarcus Aldridge, and if you're not aware, he just signed with the Brooklyn Nets after being bought out by the San Antonio Spurs about an hour ago. I had a basketball game, and so I wasn't able to upload. And I actually haven't uploaded this morning or during the afternoon just because I was actually kind of waiting for some news on some sort of buyout because I was actually waiting and expected for something like this to happen, whether it was Drummond or LaMarcus Aldridge. And LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be the discussion for the day. Sorry for kind of delaying the post, but do not worry. We are, of course, on the grind. I do leave Monday morning, if you guys are not aware, for boot camp. And so I will be dropping a goodbye video for the 14 weeks. I'll be back. I may actually have my brother control my YouTube channel and actually at least upload every couple or to few days. So maybe if I'm able to do that, that'd be pretty nice to at least show that I'm not just like dead and I at least have some sort of like uploading time. I don't know, but I'll see. But anyways, let's just kind of kick right into this video. This shouldn't take too long. May end up trying to go for the 10-minute mark, but we will see. But if you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a beat. If it's your first time being on the channel, hi, my name's Kyler, Private KJ. We do daily NBA videos, uploading twice a day. In the morning/afternoon, we upload talking about players, teams, breaking news, or news in general, anything relevant about the NBA world. And then at night, we recap all the games that went on or for the games that I ended up watching. And so let's just kind of discuss LaMarcus Aldridge and this fit with the Brooklyn Nets. So I just want to kind of do a disclaimer. For all you MJ fans, please, if LeBron loses in the finals again, I do not want to hear, well, MJ would have done that. I just want to start this off real quick because this is really getting on my nerves. But with that said, NBA Twitter is just like freaking out about this, and I can't really understand why. I understand LaMarcus Aldridge is a solid player, but this season he hasn't been very good. He was very inefficient. He's not a good defender, and he just wasn't that impressive this year. Now, I do understand that he can be good, and he's proven throughout his entire career that he's actually been a really good player, solid player in the post, has a good mid-range game, and is starting to really be a solid three-point shooter at the tail end of his career. But I can't understand the hype around this signing just because they already have a plethora of forwards. I'm curious to see the impact on Nicholas Claxton because I have liked what I've seen from him. He's been a really efficient player in the games that he's played. I'm curious to see DeAndre Jordan's minutes. I don't think Reggie Perry's going to be affected. He hasn't really been playing much as of late. So, and Blake Griffin. I forgot about him. That's what I was trying to figure out. Blake Griffin. So, when I think about the fit with Aldridge and the Nets and what they have going on, I don't see this working very well. Now, I understand if they have him come off the bench and have him run at the play center, it could be a little bit better. But like I said, I don't see how Brooklyn fits his game unless they use him as a floor spacing center. Now, he has proven that he can shoot the three ball. I think I would rather bet on him hitting it than players like Joe Harris and the role players that can't proven to be shooters. But he has shown that he can space the floor a little bit. He does prefer the mid-range game, but he can shoot the three ball, like I said. And I don't know if he can really play the four because he's so up there in age now. He's so slow-footed, and I'm not sure that he can really guard forwards. And I can really see in the playoffs some sort of teams attacking him offensively, running some sort of motion offense to get him out on the perimeter, and I don't see that going well at all. Now, like I said, if you have him playing center, that's a different story because I think that you can kind of get away with him running a drop coverage in the pick and roll and some sort of stuff like that. And I'm not saying it'll go well at all, but I think that's his best chance to at least survive on defense. Whereas if you have him trying to guard perimeter-oriented forwards, he's just going to get absolutely killed out there. And so I'm kind of curious to see what kind of minutes he's going to receive because Blake Griffin so far hasn't received a ton of minutes. He's been coming off the bench too, which I like to see. And I'm just kind of curious to see what sort of lines they're going to run out with Aldridge because I'm not sure if I like a Blake Griffin Aldridge lineup. But now that I mention it, if it's with a bench unit, I can kind of understand that. I mean, for the regular season especially, you can kind of walk away with having Aldridge and Blake Griffin on the floor together with other bench units. I can understand that. But in the playoffs, I don't see that being a good lineup whatsoever. Defensively, that's just not going to be good at all. Offensively, I'm not sure at a consistent rate that those two can space the floor like that. But this is kind of a wait and see what we can expect from Aldridge. Offensively, I do think the pick and roll for Aldridge will be just fine. I think he needs to buy into be a more of a floor spacer and be fine with catching and shooting, because we all know that Aldridge loves his post ups, and that is the reason why I don't think this will work out just as much as everyone's trying to make it out to be. Because I do understand that Aldridge is still a solid player at the end of the day, but the post ups will not work at all. Now, with that said, if he's coming off the bench, Harden, KD, Kyrie are not in the game, and it's kind of like he's owing up against other bench units, then I can see the Brooklyn Nets kind of giving him some touches in the post, kind of doing his thing like he's known for doing his entire career. But I just don't see a scenario where if Aldridge is out on with one of the superstars where he's not spotting up. And that's kind of the reality and why I don't think Aldridge will be that effective for this team. But he does add forward depth, which you can never go wrong with having enough forwards on the team. He can play the backup center position because I don't expect DeAndre Jordan to hold up consistently throughout the playoffs. I don't expect Nicholas Claxton to hold up just because we haven't seen Nicholas Claxton enough. So he has some stuff to kind of prove, albeit I do think he's the best big man as of right now outside of Blake Griffin. And speaking of Blake Griffin, I do think, like I mentioned in my Blake Griffin video, I think we could see some Blake Griffin at the 5 position. But with Aldridge in the way, one of those two are going to have a decreased minutes, and I'm betting on it being Aldridge because I think Blake Griffin fits more with this team, and I think has a bit more bounce to his step, which could be beneficial for this team. That's kind of my thing. Now, if we were to talk about on the defensive end, who would I rather trust playing the pick and roll at the center position? Honestly, neither of them, but I think I would kind of bank on Aldridge. That's a tough one just because they're both probably would get killed regardless, as funny as that is. But like I said, I probably think I would bank on Aldridge. But offensively, I think Blake Griffin will buy into the system more than Aldridge, and I think that's a really key thing. And Reggie Perry, like I said, I don't expect him to get any minutes regardless. He is a rookie in the second round, and he proved some stuff at the beginning of the season, but since then, he hasn't really shown much consistently. And so with that said, signing Aldridge, even though with KD still out, it doesn't hurt them. But let's not act like this signing was just, oh my God, the Brooklyn Nets are so unbeatable. What are people going to do? Even before they signed Blake Griffin, I thought they were the favorites just because of the Anthony Davis injury. And I didn't trust the Lakers. I didn't know what to expect when they were fully healthy. And now with LeBron out, yeah, I'm going to have to roll the Brooklyn Nets as the favorites. I thought they were a super team regardless before Blake Griffin. Once they added Blake Griffin, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is kind of getting a little ridiculous. Just because Blake Griffin, albeit wasn't like some he's not what he used to be, but going up against second units, Blake Griffin can still do his thing. And that goes with the same with Aldridge. That's why I kind of think if Aldridge is content with, which I don't believe will happen, if he's content with spacing the floor, catch and shoot from the corner, and being a spot up, it can work. And maybe, like I said, D'Antoni and Steve Nash can kind of incorporate some of his post game with the second unit in the regular season, but playoff time, I just don't expect that to go well. And so, with that said, I do believe that after this season, they probably will move on from Aldridge. I don't see why they would need Aldridge unless he wants to stay for a minimum. But like I said, I don't see them re-signing Aldridge after this season whatsoever. I think this kind of goes with Blake Griffin as well. This basically just seems to me like they're just ring chasing and want a free ring, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, you do what your heart intends. But like I said, NBA Twitter just needs to stop freaking out over this LaMarcus Aldridge signing, and that's kind of the overall point in this video. So with that said, that'll probably conclude today's video. There's no need for me to talk too much more about this. We all know what we can expect from Aldridge and what the Nets can provide for him. So with that said, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a beat, guys. And with that said, Private KJ out.